Hello and welcome to another epic road trip video, this time in Hokkaido. Featuring crabs, cakes, colors, canals, cats, crows, and other things starting with the letter C. We started our journey in Sapporo mainly because the airport is there. If you've been to any of the other cities in Japan, you know exactly what to expect. It's a hustling, bustling city filled with bored Japanese salarymen, fish markets, and all the food you can possibly eat. We had originally planned to arrive right in the peak of Sakura season, where instead of looking like this, they should look something like this. But thanks to a little known weather phenomenon known as global warming, a lot of the trees were already barren by the time we got there. We arrived in time for Golden Week, which is an almost week-long stretch of public holidays, packed with activities and festivities, such as this wonderful sake festival where with my expert eye, I picked out a select few called this one, and that one. And up next, we have Milk Mura, which is the perfect place to introduce young children to the wonders of alcohol. Instead of something as boring as beer, they serve giant mugs of soft serve ice cream as well as tiny goblets of spirits from all around the world. So what you're supposed to do here is take a giant scoop of ice cream, you balance your special spoon on the edge of your cup, and then you proceed to drizzle a tiny little dollop of alcohol over your ice cream like sauce. Or you could just do this, like a raging alcoholic. There are hundreds of types of alcohol from all around the world for you to choose. And they serve it up in tiny little cups with hand-drawn labels. Isn't it cute and colorful and perfectly appealing to children? And speaking of desserts, our next stop would be Otaru, a town well known for its desserts. But first, we made a stop by the local fish market. It's like going to a petting zoo, but you get to pick what you want to pet with your tongue. In this case, we chose to pet a crab. But not this crab, it's this crab. Because, you know, sea spiders can be quite expensive. It's actually kind of cute until it gets to this part where it's just plain horrifying, really. But after setting aside my already shaky sense of morality, we ate our way through the snow crab corpse, which was delicately sweet and quite resembled the texture of those fake crab legs you always see in supermarkets. And then, satiated by sea spiders, it was time to visit Otaru proper. The town has a quaint fairy tale aesthetic to it and has an entire street devoted to just desserts, not the metaphorical kind. And the best part about it is they give out free samples as though they were, well, free! And free is my second favorite four-letter word. And so, after pushing myself towards a decidedly delicious and diabetic death, our time in Sapporo was at its end, and it was time for our road trip. Our first stop was the Shikisai no Oka, famed far and wide for fields of flowers as far as the eye can see. But once again, because weather can be a fickle thing and we've learned that we should never bet on flowers, this was what it actually looked like. Disappointed by the flora, we got up close with the local fauna, such as an alpaca, bees, and the local species of cat. All in alphabetical order, of course. But our disappointment was dispelled at our next stop, which was Farm Tomita, because they were awash with flowers of all sorts, as long as they were purple. And speaking of farms, one of the greatest things to do in Hokkaido is to visit one of their many farmers' markets. Through some manner of magic or sorcery, everything grown in Hokkaido is absolutely delicious. Browsing a farmer's market is much like going through a dating site, but for slightly elderly farmers. Because on top of every vegetable, every potato, they have the name and picture of the farmer who grew it. So you know exactly who to blame if it's not nice. Yourself. Shame on you for trying to blame this poor sweet old lady. Our next stop was the wonderful lakeside town of Toya. where the cherry blossoms were still in full bloom because it was colder. Our 8 hours of sitting on cramped, terrible budget flights were not wasted. Other than being slightly colder than its surroundings, the town of Toya is also known for its firework festival, which runs through all the summer months, where they set off fireworks from the lake every night. We stayed for a night at the Toyako Manseikaku Hotel for two main reasons. One was their fabulous buffet. It comes with a dinner buffet and a breakfast buffet, and honestly you'll be too full to eat lunch in between anyway. The second reason is they have a wonderful onsen with its very own shampoo bar. Our next stop was Hakodate for some rubber-flavored murder pudding, a $5 chirashi bowl, and an assorted amount of food. And at the fish market, we also got ourselves more sea spiders, but this time the hairy kind. Touching these crabs felt like gently caressing the lick hair of a middle-aged man, much like the one pictured here. Because everyone has the attention span of a gerbil these days, I've split this video into two parts. In the second part, you can look forward to penguins, seals, meals, and other things. If you've enjoyed watching this as much as I have making it, don't forget to like and subscribe, or print out a physical copy of the URL and slap a passing stranger with it. Whichever is easier.